Welcome to this episode on driving next gen growth, brought to you by ET Brand Equity in association with SAP. Today, I'm joined by a esteemed panel of speakers. Welcome Ashit, who is from Surya Roshni. Welcome Sundar, who's from Carrier India. Welcome Himanshu, who's from LiveGuard. And welcome Sujit, who's from Somani Ceramics. Today consumer journeys have changed and the way they consume has also changed in a lot of ways. Some part of the customer journey happens online, even though it may end at a physical touch point, right? I would love for you to talk a little bit about the businesses that you operate in. What's the environment like? And how are you leveraging data, digital, and technology to kind of enhance the experience throughout the value chain, right? So, Ashit, coming to you, you're in a business where there are large deal sizes, big contracts, right? How do you leverage data and technology to kind of add value to those relationships with your customers, and what role does digital have to play?
Thank you. Thank you, Varun, for this question. I would want to give you a very generalized way. The tenders what we operate in are very large size. My product is totally different, from normal consumer product. However, when we talk about accessing the data and leveraging out of it, it definitely does help us. When a tender comes out, we can refer n number of references, n number of information which is available on the digital platforms, which helps us in getting to know the agency's background, which is footing the tender, their preferences, their policies, their payment schedules, their funding options. If I still go back, I can also access the data of the past performances, past contracts which has already been awarded, what has been their paying patterns, what has been their reordering schedules, and of course, it also gives me an insight on the geographical issues, locations, statistical details, like if I need to take any specific government approvals, any logistical challenges, any space constraints as far as storage is concerned. All these things, when it's available before I put my bid in, it definitely helps us, because then we already have mitigated all the conditions which could lead to a loss or cost overrun or unexpected costing. So that has already been done, and that really helps us when we put in our bid as a final offer, knowing very well that what we are doing and what are the government preferences, policies, and their needs and wants of this geographical location.
Can you go a little bit more granular into the journey? How after you get the tender, how much time does it take for you to put the final offer? How large are these, and how complicated are these tender requirements?
Well, every requirement of ours is a new one, because that's project specific requirement. You could be my buyer for n number of times, but every time you'll have a different requirement which I need to fulfill in those specific ways. The specific or in general, the lead time that from the tendering stage to the ordering stage is normally around 2 to 4 months. Once we get the order, it takes another 30 to 45 days as a lead time for me to start deliveries of the production, because then ours is a major volume based contracts, which I need to place order on my steel suppliers, and they have to manufacture the steel and give it to us. Then we take it into our plant and then start the production, right? Deliveries can depend upon the size of the contract, the volume of the contract depends.
Fantastic. Sundar, coming to you, right? You are also in a B2B space where you are offering refrigerators and air conditioning units to large clients, right? Can you give me a sense of the market and how you are entering this market through online customer journeys? Because for so much time, B2B has been, a handshake and a deal, right? How are you looking at entering these customer journeys through online behaviors?
Sure. Thank you, Varun, for having me here. And thank you to the Economic Times for having me here. It's a very interesting topic around AI and how AI is powering every facet of business across the industries. So, as you said, I'm part of the Carrier Air Conditioning organization. So, I lead the India business for Carrier. And what we are seeing is that AI is touching every facet of our business now. It's not just being about being visible online anymore. It's actually adding more value to our customers online. That's how Carrier has taken the journey. So it's being from visible to actually adding value is the journey that we have taken. And we are seeing that our customers are there for a reason online. It's not just about browsing for products, it's not just about knowing our products, but actually they want to know more about every product that they buy before they actually do the buying. So it's important that we add value to our customers right at the front, in terms of what we provide online. And with that in mind, I mean, we've taken a number of initiatives. So frankly, one is, of course, we are visible across all our products that we sell in our India market. So all of that is there online. We have moved the needle, not just being a product organization but actually being a solution organization, which means that we are actually providing solutions to our customers through a digital enabled framework. So that is actually adding more value to our customers online. They are understanding how Carrier can add value to them, not just from a product but from a solution end to end life cycle standpoint. So we are providing information and solutions around our life cycle connectivity, overall digitally enabling our assets that they buy, that our customers buy, and how we can add value to them over the long run of a life cycle. So that's how we have transformed ourselves online. And it's not just about being online, but I can say that AI is powering every function within Carrier, whether it is supply chain, whether it is operations, whether it is logistics, whether it is customer service, which is most critical, right? Whether it is sales, whether how we interact with our channel partners, distributors, all of that is getting touched by.
Fantastic. So you're moving towards a more customer centric model, and you highlighted that you have a digital framework. Can you go more granular into the customer journey from generating demand to filling out that lead form showing interest to the final handshake when the deal is closed, and give a then and down perspective of how the lead cycle and how the journey used to be maybe a couple of years ago, and today digitally enabled, how it has come down.
So I can share few years back, a lot of, I mean, we go to market through our channel partners. There are, a lot of channel partners that represent Carrier in the market. And a few years back, everything used to be, paper driven orders, to your point, how that's how we got our orders in. And that's all now digital. There's no more of paperwork that's, being processed from an order processing standpoint. When we invoice to our customers, we used to submit invoices manually to our customers few years back. Now it's all digital, right? When we do preventive maintenance for our customers on the assets that we have sold to our customers, the preventive maintenance reports used to be all paper. It used to be manual. We used to manually submit the invoices once the services are provided. Now it's all digital. Whether once the products are invoiced, when it gets shipped out from our warehouses, the logistics used to be all manual in terms of the route that the products used to take to reach our customers. Now it's all through an AI powered model. It tells us that which is the most optimized route for our products to reach our customers. So every facet, I mean, in terms of service, I mean, we it used to be all manual. Now we have moved our service from a just a preventive maintenance at a site to actually remotely monitoring digitally enabled asset servicing. So we are able to actually connect all the assets and understand what could go wrong and actually do preventive maintenance or predictive maintenance, if I could say that, right? So we are actually able to make sure that the issue doesn't happen at the site through the AI powered models. So we are actually able to know what could go wrong potentially in future, and we are able to take steps ahead of time. So that saves downtime for our customers. That saves, that improves productivity for our service teams. That enhances customer satisfaction about overall experience that they get from our Carrier products. So that's been the journey that we have taken.
Fantastic. Predictive customer service. I think we'll hold there and come back to you on that. But Himanshu, coming to you, right? Can you give us a sense of the business ecosystem that you operate in and how digitization has helped you build a consumer funnel, because of course you have two consumers. One is the end last mile who's buying your product, and then there's the channel partners who are responsible for actually influencing that last mile.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
how do you look at this entire
Thank you.
piece?
Thank you, Varun, for asking me. So, in my category, basically, it's a high intent based product. Like you don't search about the inverter batteries often. So, if you have a high intent, you wanted to buy, then you are searching for it. Then we have to be present in particular all those funnels like awareness funnel, consideration funnel. Let's say you are browsing some Times of India or Economic Times article, my battery inverter ad should be there. So that's called native advertisement. So from search to social for native platforms like Taboola, platforms like MyGate, all it's a kind of like an omni-channel strategy that needs to be there to fulfill the online expectation, basically online demand, basically, and also to get the offline channel, because as everybody said, like we are into business where 85% or 80%, mine is 85% is offline now. So my job is to convert that offline journey bit to the online. So so uh, definitely digital is something that is very important, and also it's one of the, it should be, and it is basically is one of the main channels in the marketing that we are driving in. So yeah, how this is how like we are like wanted to be in a everywhere, every places where consumer is searching for my product.
Fantastic. So, like you said, the challenge is to bring that offline journey online. Once you've digitized the ecosystem, I believe that you're underway and that has reached a certain maturity. How can you innovate on top of that to deliver some marketing initiatives or some data-driven insights to make that journey with your dealer partners
Yeah, yeah.
sharper?
So as you said, like I have two customers. Basically, one is dealer network and one is the customer. So for dealer network, basically, you can have a digital tool where you can get the insight if the dealer is having the inventory visibility or not, if they are looking at the loyalty program that we are running or not, if they are aware about the product. Let's say in a solar, we have to do a lot of education about the product, because we are not just selling a box about solar box or an inverter. We are giving a 360 solutions, complete solution, 360 degree. So we want to educate dealer also. So that's why digital is very important. Digital is very important channel when it comes to educating the dealer as well as the customer as well. So having, let's say, order tracking, or let's say tools for market visits maybe. So these are the things that is very important when it comes to the digital integration and penetration happening nowadays. So that's how.
Fantastic. So just coming to you, right? You're looking at again a similar ecosystem where you have a large field force, you have a showroom. Your influencer may not be your final customer, and influencer are two separate entities, and also you operate in a fairly commoditized category. How do you look at building a digital journey that can influence your last mile, influence your second last mile, your influencer, right? And enter that journey digitally. How are you looking at this?
Yeah, thanks, Varun. Actually, we are into the ceramic industry, which is really not much into the this AI activities and all as of now. It's a very fragmented industry, and there are thousands of players fighting each other every day for rates and all. So nobody is really intend to invest on that. But as a good player, one of the good players, we 3 4 years back we are looking at into these aspects very strongly. So first of all, we have created a very good website. In that website, we are creating like earlier how people were choosing tile. They are choosing like I want a 2 by 4 tile. I want a 2 by 2 tile. So today the scenario has been changed. So I as a customer, I need a brown tile. I want a matte tile. I have any question. So these questions will only be assured by the AI into play. Otherwise, it is very difficult to create that engine in a logical manner. So that we have upgraded our systems. And anything you search in the website, you just put your wish, so you'll be getting that into that. And secondly, once you are looking at a tile, now you are making a good home. That is where you will be living for a longer period of time, and some aspirational values are connected with that. It is not about selling or buying or something. So we have created a 3D visualizer there. So in that 3D visualizer, you can put in your home there, your measurements and all, and you can visually see that how my home will look like. So we are dealing with tiles, sanitary ware, CP fittings, everything. So you can play with everything and create your own space. But here the matter does not end. So how the customers are getting onboarded, it is through website. We are into social medias like content marketing, everything we are doing. We are tying up with these YouTubers and all the influencers. We are sending reels. Those kind of small marketing we are doing to attract people into and onboarding them. And we have also thousands of dealers across India. We have more than 3,000 dealers and 12,000 touch points. So we are putting their QR based stickers, the product stickers, where that will take you to our website and onboard you in our system. So when you are through with that, if I am putting my pin code, so I'll be redirected to the nearby store where you will be getting the store experience there. So that store is again of two types. One is a dealer and one is a company experiential stores. So if you tiles nature is very bulk. So these are fragile goods. So shifting from Delhi to some other places, it is not possible. It is about that ki you go to a hyper local marketing where you will be getting the material locally there. So customer will be only looking at the stocks which are available in his vicinity. So that kind of activity we are doing. So once they shortlisted something or that, they will definitely intend to go to the showroom to understand that. So that way we are creating, as of now, as you told, you are into a commodity business. Actually, it is not a commodity business. Much of it is a commodity business, but very high end business is there also, starting from 20 rupees square feet to 600, 800, 1000 square feet materials also available. And more of it, some sentiments are attached to it because you are making your own home, your own space. So you want to explore the tiles. Earlier what was there, we are people were buying tiles as per size, thickness, uska strength, like that. Today it is not happening. It is about the what kind of surface we are giving. The whole world is working on that. We are giving tiles like wooden surface, we are giving silky matte surfaces, we are making glossy surface, we are giving stones. So definitely, as it is a surface based now, so people want to touch and feel. So for that touch and feel, we are creating good experiential stores where you go, you just give imaginations to your space. So we have created many mock-ups, live mock-ups there. So you can stand and understand ki where I can use what kind of products in my house, or how my kitchen will look like, how my bedroom will look like. So that kind of experience they will be getting. Again, if somebody is going to our showroom, he should be advised by something. So we have trained people who will be just understanding your requirements. They will navigate you ki what kind of products they should look at, what kind of products will be best suited for a long period of time. So those kind of activity happens. So overall, it is a really from a online survey to a experiencing thing. You are experiencing something which you are going to buy. That way we close the thing.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing such a perspective of how the consumer behavior has changed, how you're building some of the pain points, the visualizer, the social media brand awareness, and hyperlocal awareness that you're building. Would love to know a little bit on the higher end of the spectrum, the customers who are looking at tiles of 1,000, 2,000, and more. Are you building some kind of direct relationships with them, some interesting customer journeys there, because there the margins are there for you to do something beyond?
Yeah, there are two ways to look at it. One is directly customer interaction. So we are having a good CRM into place. So where we capturing the data, even whatever the digital marketing we are doing, we are capturing the leads from there, and those kind of leads we are following with personal effects, with WhatsApp chatbot and everything. We are connecting with them. Secondly, we are gathering those data and redirecting to the our customer handling team and the showrooms. So they are getting a call, they are being called to the showroom and all, and we are finalizing that. But in this case, the more important factor is the architects are involved into it. So if I'm a good house and I'm using a so high cost tiles and everything, so there is some influencer is there. So that is our interior designer and architect. So we have a BD team who works only for this. We are going to the architects, connecting them with the architects, calling them to the showroom, making some engagement programs with them. Also, we have recently launched a architect loyalty program for them, so that we'll be in touch with them. So it's a transactional based right now. Nobody works free for you. So that way we are trying to go into the niche segment of the.
Fantastic. I would love to come back on how you're building the incentives for your architects and your influencers. But coming back to you, Ashit, right? You spoke about a very complex deal requirement, a long customer journey. When you're getting these documents, these tenders or contracts, so to say, they must be massive documents, 77 pages, 100 pages long with complex requirements. And as a marketing person, you're essentially determining which business to go after and possibly which not to go after. So, what is the volume of kind of incoming supply that you see, and how do you determine, and how can you determine using data and insights quickly which business is worth chasing after?
Okay, let's say this totally depends upon what plant capacity utilization that I go through right now. So the dynamics change. It could be different today, it could be different tomorrow. Today, if I'm hungry for business, for me, every business is supposed to be in order for me. But if at all I'm already catering to some longer lead time orders, then probably I would want to leave the business which is not so lucrative or not so profitable, than to concentrate on something which would come in near future and I could grab it. Now, this is all possible because then I also have access to the various data which is available, which tells me that these are the projects which are in pipeline, these are the projects which are going to come, these are my competitors which already have their capacities or their plate full. So I get a chance to choose at times that what I should target or what I shouldn't target. Then at the same time, all these access to the data and analysis of this data also helps me to plan my production planning in such a way that I at least have my 3 to 4 months capacity full with whatever orders we get, and then try and target the rest of the period with profitable orders. That it depends upon what I choose or how the market is available to accommodate our requirements.
And I imagine multiple players would be bidding for these contracts. How do you look at data and insights to bid competitively for these contracts, understand the time frame for the projects, and offer a proposal that might win you the deal?
I think your earlier question, I had already touched up upon this. By again accessing the data, analyzing the data, you already have all your historical previous contracts data is available with you. So you already know or are aware of the preferences that a particular buying agency or the various agencies which are involved in executing these orders, what they want, what is the timeline, time frame, what is their requirement in terms of deliveries and in terms of quality of the product. Then this combined with whatever is available with me, the production slots and the capacities, and like I also mentioned about mitigating the risks, that's most important, because unless until I know where I'm entering and what could be the cost overrun, my bid would not be competitive at all. So that all has to be assessed, analyzed, and then put into form of a bid, which then of course all other players would also be doing the same thing. But then that's where your manual intervention comes in, and there your AI or digital doesn't help you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
There are some things that AI can never replace,
Yes.
like this conversation that we're having here,
Exactly.
right? And I hope it doesn't replace, otherwise I'm out of a job. But Sundar, coming to you, right? You have implemented AI in your operational workflows to offer that predictive customer service that you mentioned. Like Sujit said, you wouldn't do something unless there was a use case that added value to your customers, to your business. When did you identify a pain point, or was it something that you were trying to actively solve and AI was just the right fit in terms of a technology?
So, no, I probably want to answer this question with a real example of two awards that we won recently in 2025 Energy Environment Leader Award, and this was both awarded to us as carrier at a global level in the United States very recently. And the first one was the Energy Innovation Award, and then the second one was the Software Implementation Award. These were the two awards that we won. And the first one, the Energy Innovation Award, was for a solution that we gave to a athletic footwear customer, connecting more than 400 stores of theirs and helping them actually on energy efficiency, and more than 78% of their HVAC customer complaints got remotely rectified. So I mean, that's the power of AI. So one, we are able to provide energy efficiency by connecting the assets of their at 400 stores, and second, attending to their customer complaints remotely and actually getting it done. That's how AI is working for us. The second one, uh, I want to share a little more insight. So we have more than 2100 different stores in United States connected through our digital solutions, and again, through that we've been able to save a lot of uh, energy savings for our customers, and also provide predictive insights, help them prevent breakdowns happening at a customer site level, and making sure when our service technicians are going and attending to those calls, they make sure we know what the problem is and we get it first time fix. So that's a huge advantage to a customer in terms of energy efficiency savings, their customer delight, because at the end of the day, all these stores, their customers are walking in. So if the assets are not performing or not working properly, it's a pain point for their customers. So it is helping their end customers satisfaction go up. So that's the power of how this is coming together. I also want to add that we have something called Abound solution. This is basically a level above a building management system, where through Abound we are able to connect all the assets in a building, whether it is lighting, whether it is air conditioning, right, whether it is around generators. So all these assets are connected, and a customer is actually able to see live 24 by 7 how these assets are actually working. And by giving them live information, they are actually able to take more informed decisions. So that's how our solutions are coming together to solve customer problems.
Fantastic. And when you look at the increasing demand in the market, it's a growing market. Like you said, you moved away from a product centric point of view of selling to customers to a solution oriented one. How do you anticipate what are the pain points or need gaps that you need to address from a solution point of view without that first handshake with the customer?
So again, very, very interesting, right? I have spoken at length about connectivity, digital connectivity, saving, energy savings, service excellence through these AI models. There is something very interesting happening globally again, which is called the Home Energy Management System. We call it the HEMS, Home Energy Management System. And we have actually partnered with Google Cloud on this globally, where we are actually trying to understand the future of how home energy management systems will happen. Often what will happen is during peak times, peak loads, during summers, for example, in the evenings when everyone is back home, the entire air conditioning for the entire home is working. The load goes up, simultaneously at every place. So we are trying to make sure through our collaboration with Google Cloud, can we have HVAC storage systems, so where actually we are actually storing energy during off peak hours and utilizing that during peak hours, right? So that's an example of how we are looking at the future, what can actually help customers.
And that could be a huge cost savings to the customers passed off to them.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. It could be also about grid interaction, intelligent grid interaction. How do we make sure that the grids are actually functioning and working intelligently, cohesively, right? So these are examples of how we are looking at future and making sure that we are actually acting on it now.
fantastic. Himanshu, coming to you, your organization is also implementing AI in some form. What is the use case that you form, and what is the customer pain point or stakeholder pain point, so to say, it's addressing?
So we are working on a predictive model, basically, to predict if because my dealer is multi-brand, right? My dealer is happy with me or not. If anything, you can say it's a kind of like a predictive where my product, the order will come or not. From that, also to the reach and relevancy result. There is a say in AI. If you are reaching right audience with the relevant answer to their question, you will get results. If you are not getting result, then definitely you can check by fourth also. If you are reaching the right audience, if you are relevant enough. So this is the framework that we wanted to create. So from connecting the CRM or to creating a tools for maybe for auto tracking, creating tools for uh, inventory management that I spoke about earlier. So these are the things that will comes into the picture, and that AI will predict if the customer or slash the dealer or distributor are happy with us or not. So it will give you a happiness index of certain dealer and distributors, or also about the customers, about researching and working on the behavior model of Google signals, meta signals, maybe on digital signals, different digital signals. So I am more into digital, so I can speak about it a bit more. AI, definitely we are a digital first company, I can say that. My founder also speak about digital first. And like it's a kind of like a phase where you have to adapt that, because AI will definitely reshape fundamentally how you are thinking, how you're planning, how your execution will work. So couple of things will definitely change when it comes to like AI will take picture. Yeah.
I'm just fascinated. You just said something called happiness index. And are you rebranding the net promoter score where I ask you out of a
So
scale, how
so
happy are you?
so
Or are you doing something a
so
little bit
it's
beyond that?
basically it's in a beta version. It's an internal tool that we are working on for our dealer and distributor basically. Yes, there will not be a net promoter score kind of like a scale survey, and that will definitely save a lot of cost out of it, because you will have a data. See, you have the data, you need to see the data and draw the insight out of it. So that's AI is doing for us. Yeah, so that's how
Fantastic. Fantastic. Because at any point of the journey, somebody might be wooing your dealers
exactly.
might not have had a great sales period. You
Exactly.
need to be vigilant, but obviously you can't
Exactly.
do
I
it.
can I can pinpoint the the point exactly where they are not happy, or if they are happy, I can force कि यार अब तो order बढ़ाना पड़ेगा.
Fantastic. Sujit, coming to you, I'm sure you're operating in a similar business environment. You said that you have a loyalty program delivered digitally where you can engage your dealer partners and as incentivize them, right? How are you building on top of this to create more value for them over a period of time? And what are some of the innovations which have really made that sticky? Because the adoption from their side may also not be 100%, or is it 100%? You can tell us. And how do you make that more valuable to their journey and so that they sign up and use it as much as possible?
Well, actually, to be very frank,
Yeah.
this dealer community is nowhere going to be happy with what we are really going to do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
They are only looking at them.
They are the toughest customers.
they, they are part of it.
Yeah.
So we are doing many things.
Many things.
We are creating clubs. We are giving them some incentives. We are giving some annual TODs. So recently we have made a CEOs club where we invited 50 people to pamper them and all this. But this all going to the transactional values, what is happening, they are only looking at that. So thing is that the way we are looking at how digital will help us in this channel management system is the best answer to me is a DMS system. So the DMS system will be implementing, like many companies have it in place. So we want to manage their stock. We want to understand that if our people are forcefully build them something that went to their go down and they're lying for years altogether, so they are not making money out of that. And uh, one wrong thing has many impacts on the business. So that person is not traveling to that counter for a long time, false data is coming. So to capture that, we are geotagging and all these are normals. We are that implemented that. But end of the day, your customer has to be uh, peaceful in his mind while he's doing his your business, because in our industry the choices are multiple, and rates are also, there is no end to it. Whatever we are selling, people are selling at less than 50% also at times to run the plant. So very challenging. So this at this condition, so we have to create a brand pool by creating all these kind of activities, this content marketing, sending reels, activating the influencers, going to their market and finding the people who are influencing them. It's not about only architects are influencing. In a small area, maybe a civil engineer is influencing that purchase. So we are working on that. And the most importantly, eh, the important कड़ी जिसको बोलते हैं ये है मेसन. When they are going for a high value product, they are just telling that भाई साहब इसको मत लीजिए, इसका कोई वैल्यू नहीं है, क्यों लगा रहे हैं? And he is asking a obnoxious money to for a fixing part. So that time the purchase gets rejected by the mind of the people. So in that case when dealer is there, so dealer is also dealer का पास में जो masons channel है, we are trying to educate those masons. We are doing trainings to that masons. We are building a mason network where we will be giving them the work to do. And from through me also, if he'll get a work to do, he will be getting a 5 rupee or 20 rupees or 2 rupees more than what he is on his own earning. So we are bringing that into place. So ये टोटल इकोसिस्टम जब तक नहीं होगा, सो ये डीलर्स आर फ्रैगमेंटेड. आप आज डिस्काउंट दिए, दे आर विथ यू. इफ आर नॉट गिविंग, दे विल प्रमोट somebody else. So those days are gone. So my early career, people who are happens to be only single branded. They don't look at other brand also. And वो कंपनी का दादागिरी भी चलता था कि नहीं हम नहीं देंगे, ये नहीं करेंगे. Now thing is that how to maintain our realization, our profitability, and how to make them profitable as well.
Fantastic. I think that's the ultimate win-win, how to make them profitable, and then
Whatever we do.
automatically it's a win for you. It's such a wonderful discussion speaking to all of you, understanding the real nuances of each of your categories and the problems that you're trying to solve through digital, through marketing. It's excellent. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
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 you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
It was
Thank
you
great
so
to
much.
connect with all of you.
Yeah.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you so much.